Welcome back to some more Camp Geek Squad. I have just been yelling at my phone because it keeps messing up, so my voice is a little off. But enough of that. This is going to be another long video, so please strap in. It's a tier list like we did, I believe, 3 weeks ago, where it's a tier list, but instead of heroes, it is villains. And there are way more villains in the top bit, so I will reshuffle some of the heroes, but I'll get to that in a later date, like an updated version. So this week it is the tier list, and next week it is explaining where they fit in, essentially. So, Killer Frost, unlikely. I mean, cool powers and all, but not really that good. Lizard, doubtful, but, there's a chance. Bullseye, Banshee, I don't know who's in the bottom tier. Carnage, Mordock, and Hela. Those are the ones that are going to be... Oh, yeah, one more. Two-Face. Now, the person in bottom tier, I put them there simply because I don't know who they are. Banshee has a Banshee scream, but let's be honest, can be taken down by most people, right? And every hero we currently have can take her on. Heck, the kids can take her on. The youth can take her out. Any one of them can put up against her, easily taken out. Two-Face, while he's a organised mob boss, come on, yet again, who's not going to take him down? He's just a human with a gun with a split personality, who flips a coin to decide. Bullseye, I've put him as unlikely, but there's an outside chance because obviously, always hits the target. More for maybe an assassin type thing, but if you're thinking a big scale thing, definitely not. Killer Frost, cool ice powers and all that, but she's just not that powerful. And I mean, generally, you'll see the people I've put on the top tier, she's nothing compared to them. Lizard, I put him in doubtable, but I could put him anywhere from doubtable to debatable, right? And I think the reason is he lacks intelligence. Now, the Lizard has some intelligence, yes, but nothing compared to Kurt Connor. Strong, ravenous, yes, but I think there are stronger people. Essentially, there are so many strong beings on this list, or, who just either lack the intelligence or they're strong, they're even stronger above. Murdoch, I was about to say Matt Murdoch, Zola, whatever his name is, the big face guy, right? Intelligent, got laser beams and all that, but let's be honest, he's just not really as big a threat as the ones you'll see above. You'll see why I say that now. Also, having said that, a lot of the people in this list and the hero list, when I say I don't know who they are, it's generally just based off the photo. I probably know a lot of the more characters than I end up saying. It's just I don't recognise them in the photo because it's like a bad photo, where I can't see the face, or I generally just can't tell from the photo, Carnage, what else can I say? Carnage has got the powers of Spider-Man, said to be more dangerous than Venom. He's got a healing factor, a way better healing factor than Venom does. He's durable, he's strong, he's agile, and he can shift his body into different attack things, like axes, piercing things, where Venom couldn't do that. Oh, not originally. There was a bit where he sucks out people's souls with his tentacle things, but I'm pretty sure that was because he was working for Dormammu, but I'm pretty sure that was the 1994 animated series. So don't quote me on that. And then Hela, one of the Norse god of death. Thor's elder sister, who's very powerful, So obviously she's getting on this list. If you're telling me an iteration of death and someone who rules over a version of hell isn't getting on this list, you are absolutely fool and stupid, with all due respect. Now this one and another one I put on here now I knew at the time, but I've completely forgotten who they are. And I don't know why. I'm having a bit of a stupid brain moment. Hang on, not this one, but I know her. That's Zola. No, the other one was Zola. This is Zemo. Right, the one that was just on there. I don't know who that is. Anyway, essentially, in this, So the one at the bottom, I don't actually remember the name of her, but I know who she is. And let's be honest, she's not really a threat for Spider-Man, who is the person she deals with. Just more of a little nuisance. Then the person in the unlikely, I've completely forgot who that person is. And I can't tell by the photo, but I knew who it is. That same with the person in Doubtable. Obviously there for a reason though. Backup, I've put Zemo? The one who, essentially if you watch Civil War, the one who caused that, the evil guy from there. Because, well, he's kind of like, in the comics, he's older, but he's kind of rich, kind of skilled, makes cat, deals it with cat, there were other reasons, but yeah. Then I've put Sabretooth. I think I put him originally, but I've completely forgot to talk about him. Ferocious, healing factor, great at sensing things. Essentially, I could have easily put him in the team for the same reason Wolverine was in his. Then it's a follower of Darkseid. He's very strong, but yet again, other people are better on this. What he does. To be on this team, you either need to be really good at something, or a very good all-rounder. And everything he's good at, people are just better at. Hang on, let me just Google to see who he is, because I've completely forgotten his name. But I used to know him before the movie came out of Steppenwolf, with Steppenwolf in. He was the follower I mainly knew. Kalibak, I believe, is this one's name. My phone's not being a spaz. Okay, no, it's being a spaz, so, because apparently it's not just, this is why I've been hitting, this is why I've been mad and lost my voice. Anyway, I think it's Carry Back. But yeah, strong, all that, but more people are stronger and better. Clayface, debatable. There's another one who'll be on this list for a similar reason. Shape-shifting, really hard to do damage to because he's clay, and just so versatile. But, I couldn't really, justify putting him in with the big guns. You see, Brainiac's on this list. Extremely, extremely intelligent, advanced technology. And then Professor Zoom or Reverse Flash is on here for the exact same reason. Flash was on the other team. If the speedsters didn't want to mess around with the bandy guys and simply wanted to kill the other people, can go faster than anyone could perceive and slaughter them all. And for that, and intelligent and knows the future, all helps out. Black Manta backup, cool and all, but really, let's be honest, can get smoked by lots of people. I don't know who that is. That's Sentinels. They're just robots, they're not actual things. I can't see who that was, so I'll check in a second. I can't remember who that is. I know that guy, but, very doubtable. I normally see a monkey carrying it, you know. I don't know who that is. Surtur, obviously top tier. Let's get into it more depth here, right? So I don't know who the two other people I put in bottom tier are. At least I can't remember as of now. Nor can I nor do I remember who I put in no chance. I don't remember the name of the person I put in doubtable, but essentially it's a very intelligent brain inside that thing, and it's normally carried around by a monkey, an intelligent monkey, you know. But this is a very intelligent brain, but I think it's got nothing on the likes of Brainiac or even Professor Zoom, Reverse Flash. Yeah, the person I put in backup alongside Black Manta is Orion. No, not Orion. Is is Aquaman's brother. You know, so very powerful and all that. But I don't know what, yet again, normally would get in, you know, a list like this, but so many powerful beings, it misses out. Then I don't know who the other person is I put in debatable, but I think it's the Star guy, but that's Red Skull right there. Essentially, it's an evil Captain America, an evil Nazi Captain America. Intelligent, lots of resources, very strong and good at fighting, but yet again, so many powerful beings, you know, and while he has leadership, some of the other people in this literally rule planets, you know, like Darkseid will appear on this later, as you can tell, you know. And then you can't see it right now because of the photo, but I put Surtur above the likes of Hela. Now, the reason Surtur's nailed on is he destroys Asgard, a place where Thor, Odin, Hela, Loki all live, you know, very powerful beings. So, of course, he has to 100% get in this list. Right, so I'm going to start leaving, not talking about the ones towards the lower of this list, unless they're notable characters, you know, who are powerful, etc., or iconic, and I'll explain why I left them low. So I'll really talk about a few doubtable, but mainly from backup upwards, just to make this go quicker, otherwise we'll be here, you know, for 5 hours, or, well, not exactly 5 hours, but you get the drift, and it is like 2:15 at night and I'm meant to go to bed, you know, so a Parasite there is a bit of a, you know, big call. I didn't mean to put her that high. Right, so we're going to start off with Goliath. No, I can't remember her name. She's but she fights Wonder Woman. She's very tall, very strong, great and all that. But yet again, being tall doesn't really do you any favours in this fight. And her strength is nothing compared to the other people above her on this list. And to the left of her, I've completely forgot who that is. Then up we have Deathstroke's daughter. Deathstroke is, so she's very well trained, very skilled at fighting, but not enough, I don't think, to get her any higher on this list, but she'd be like in the youth, for example. Next to her is, I believe, Electro. Now, Electro is a very, very powerful being, like one of the elementals, you know, people, and can turn into pure, you know, some of the highest feats is turning into pure power, you know, pure energy, but Spider-Man can deal with him, I mean, with a lot of trouble. And I just think the lack of intelligence, lack of ambition really holds him back a little, you know. I think that holds him back. And above on this list, we have Sandman. Exact same reason as Clayface, you know. Shape-shifting. Able to turn huge, small, change body parts into different weapons, but yet again, below lack of intelligence, and I think Sandman's a good person at heart, I mean, at least in some of the iterations. And the next team is Parasite. Now, Parasite, it's a bit of a shout. Most people won't, agree with this. But I think Parasite is someone who could absorb your life force, and it makes him stronger, and that is kind of a scary thing to deal with. So essentially, it's about taking down Parasite before he can absorb enough of your life force, and can they do that? I don't know. Well, with I think Superman and Flash and all that lot probably could, but we don't know, because they don't often fight each other. And then at the top of the list is Doomsday. Now, you might be wondering, why am I putting Doomsday above the likes of Brainiac, and Hela, and maybe even Carnage? Now, the reason is, Doomsday can't lose. He's, demolished the Justice League on many occasions. It's a weaker version of Doomsday. Can do that much. So think of what a fully powered Doomsday version could do. Because essentially, Doomsday is very strong, in a weaker state, probably as strong, if not stronger, and more durable than Superman. And if you kill him, he will just come back, and he won't be able to be killed the way you killed him, right? So with all the other powerful people, I think Doomsday will be able to come back whilst the fight's still going on. That's how powerful both sides are, It won't be one side stomps the other side. And while Brainiac showed he's very, very intelligent, as he showed, he's on that level as he showed he's a good strategic. I'm sure Hela and Carnage are all powerful, but they're not that powerful. Doomsday's been able to body the Justice League several times, and that's in his baby form. When he's in his, adult form, he probably would have been killed in several times in several different ways and be immune to them. And eventually, Doomsday will be unable to die at all and will be pretty much considered a god. Right. I'll explain why. He can copy your powers, and pretty much an endless version. I've put Red Hood there because he's a good guy, really. I believe that's Enchantress. Captain Gold, really doubtful. Intelligent, gun and all that, but still a human. Solomon Grundy, unkillable, but also kind of untamable. Galactus, he eats planets. Of course, he's being top tier. Black Cat, not really much. And Livewire, absolutely terrible. So essentially that's it. Right, Trickster, not really much. Kind of type of person, but bad person, don't know who the hell that is. Great, mirrors are amazing, trick and all that, but yet again, is he powerful as the others? Unlikely. Black Adam, very powerful, all the powers of Shazam, but even longer living, so obviously getting in there. Doctor Doom, absolute god tier. He's essentially Batman, but evil and got powers and magic and technology. Ultron also on there. I mean, literally adamantium bodies in several versions has, ruled. Juggernaut, very powerful and all that. Can he be stopped? Well, I think Doomsday can absolutely clap him on. I can't see who I put above there though yet. Absorbing Man can absorb things, but can he really do much there? Cyborg, Superman, and Green Goblin, I believe. Deathstroke, that's the one people are going to be a bit, really, him. Same with the Joker. Not Green Goblin, later. And up next, who do we have up next? Ares, God of War. Greek God of War. If you're not putting him on your list, you are, well, I worry for you. Apocalypse. Meant to be, like Marvel, not Marvel, X-Men's version of X-Men's version of what's Darkseid and Thanos, but really not. Now we'll start from Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom, as I said, it's one of the smartest beings, has some power, very good with magic and very good technology, and has been able to take down the likes of the Beyonder, and with Prep Time has been able to take control of the Beyonder's power and, pretty much control the universe. Annihilator is often used after Thanos as a big threat, like the next big threat, and is meant to be as powerful, if not more so. Obviously, that's why Thanos often has the Infinity Gauntlet, which boosts his power. And then Ares, the Greek god of war, that says it all. I know Batman and Wonder Woman have taken him down, but often Wonder Woman struggles and needs help from the likes of Superman and Batman. And Batman's Batman. With Prep Time, he can take down anyone. And that's why I think Prep Time's with Ares' helmet, which gives him the abilities of Ares, I think is crazy. But this is just Ares. He's the Greek god of war. What else can I say? When you're going into war, you kind of need someone who's the god of it. Below there, we've got Black Adam. He's got all the powers of Shazam. But he's been alive since the Egyptian times. And he's not a kid, so he's experienced. He knows how to use his abilities, his wisdom and all that. And because his powers are magical, he's the perfect threat for Superman, because he's got that level of physical ability and endurance and power, powers. But because he's magic-based, he's like the perfect thing. The perfect person against Cyborg is Ultron, because he lives anywhere in technology. It's very hard to beat him, because not only do you have to kill his body, you have to make sure he doesn't get into any, form of technology. Which I guess the perfect prison for him is putting him on like a USB drive and locking it up in a safe, wooden safe, then putting that in a safe, and then throwing that to the bottom of the ocean. Very powerful. We all know it. I believe that Cyborg Superman, essentially cybernetic version of Superman. Of course, he's going to be on a list like this. Lex Luthor. Very intelligent, very, very wealthy. He brings money, technology, and kryptonite to this fight. Deathstroke. Now people are wondering, why put Deathstroke amongst the likes of these? Well, he's very trained. He technically does have a bit of a healing factor, and he's more of like the assassin. Very skilled at hand-to-hand combat, very well trained, great gadgets, and he'd be more like used as like the person to fight the likes of Batman, Captain America, Nightwing, all that, give them intel, and more of being used as protection. The way I see it is probably the likes of the Joker or Lex Luthor would have hired him. But I think someone that skilled, kind of has to be on here. The Joker, I think he's underrated in terms of his fighting ability. Hand to hand, he's crazy, he's insane, he's such iconic. So of course he would be on this team, and he would love it. And I think he would not be scared of anyone on this list. Or even if he was, you'd make jokes about it. And I think he'd be one of the main people. Well, he wouldn't be one of the main in terms of power, but I think he'd be one of the mains in terms of personality. Then, as I said, Apocalypse is essentially a weaker version of Thanos and Darkseid. What else do I have to say? Juggernaut can't really be stopped, but yet again, everyone else above him on this list can pretty much floor him. All the physical people, And then you've got Absorbing Man, who can absorb different things, but yet again, you absorb metal, well, you absorb tough metal, well, Doomsday and Surtur, Doomsday can break you. Galactus eats planets, Surtur destroys planets. Ares is the god of war. That's nothing to most of the people above him on this list. And Solomon Gray just isn't intelligent enough to be on there. Alright, just shuffling around this. Was going to put him below, but I think I put him back up in a second. Yeah, I put him back up. Debating about that in my head. Bane now. Bane, I think he broke the bat. He's very, very, he's actually very intelligent, unlike most people realise, and very strong. But obviously, yet again, he's not strong enough to be on this list. But I was really wanting to put him on there just because I really like the character. But obviously, the more he takes the drugs, the stronger he gets, but also less intelligent he gets. Mr. Freeze, great at freezing things, a very intelligent person, but is he that level? No. I'm just getting some of them up to a level I think, they are dead shot, that it says it all, essentially, dead shot. He never misses a target, and back up yet again, you'll see what I mean by that in a future video. Dr. Octopus, what a legend he is. Right, so we're going through this now. Now, I'm pretty sure I end up putting Khan above this, the last one I just did, because he's from the future and all that. I'm putting Bane where he is, because he is incredibly strong and intelligent, as I said that before. Mr. Freeze can freeze things, and is very intelligent. Atrocitus is essentially an evil version of Green Lantern that's based off Rage. The guy next to him has a kryptonite chest, but other than that, not really good. Robots can be destroyed. Dr. Octopus, very intelligent, robotic legs. But yet again, the likes of Superman can absolutely bend him, and there are intelligent people above him on this list. Khan obviously is going to be above that, which I will correct in a second. Deadshot never misses a target, and essentially the next one up is Bizarro. He's got all the powers of Superman, but in reverse, so he's as fast as Superman is strong, he's as strong as Superman is fast, which is kind of all minuscule thing. The important bit is he's got freeze eyes and fire breath, but he's not very intelligent, and that comes in a huge factor here for me. Everyone else below him on the list does not matter at all. And rightfully so, I've put Thanos in top tier, the absolute top. He's 100% nailed on. Him, Darkseid, and Doomsday are all nailed on. I don't believe Darkseid's been up yet, from what I can see, but he will be on there, trust me about that. But with Infinity gone, definitely, and even without, definitely. Now, technically, if it was the MCU version, he would be on nailed on, not in, or maybe even debatable, not in that top tier, but comic version of him is definitely nailed on, 100%, there have been many versions where he's, killed many of the Marvel heroes in the future, and has pretty much ruled it and killed gods and god killers. So, of course, he's being on there. As I said, everyone else below that does not matter at all. I said I haven't done Darkseid yet, I have. As you see, I moved Khan up. I go through a lot here, but most of these, that's Killer Croc. Killer Croc is similar to Bane, and Juggernaut, in my opinion, very tough, and all that, and it's more of the street level, which I'll get onto in the next part, but not really that, but not good enough. Scarecrow, Fear Toxin is great and all that, but not really that good compared. Leader, very intelligent, but yet again, Brainiac and others. Red Hulk is a weaker version of the Hulk, but still strong, and instead of the madder he gets, the stronger he gets, the madder he gets, the hotter he gets. That's an X-Men villain, very powerful, I know that. Poison Ivy, I put higher than the likes of Red Hulk, because I think she's OP as hell, but I didn't put her any higher. She literally controls so many planets on Earth, that's OP, but she's more passive than that. And I was just rearranging the top bit there. Lots of these, if I don't know them, I leave them there, or if I can't figure out who they are, I leave them there. If not, I move them up. He's essentially the bad version of Doctor Strange, but not as talented. That's just how it is. Magneto is a god tier. He's nailed on. He's not top, but when you control metal, he can, bend people to do anything, essentially. By controlling the blood or destroy anything if they have metal on them, which most people do. I believe that's Mongol. He's very, very strong, like Superman level strong, but he doesn't have any of the abilities and all that. Very strong, very durable, fast and all that. But yet again, people above him can do the same thing. Mystique can transform, is good for stealth. I put her in Doubtful, but I probably should have put her in Backup. Kingpin owns a whole operation of the underworld, and very, very strong, even gives Spider-Man a run for his money. Gorilla Grodd, Essentially just a normal ape, but with very extreme intelligence and mind control powers. Green Goblin is essentially a stronger, more durable, a less iconic version of the Joker. He's got all the money as well. I believe that's Talia al Ghul here. Essentially a League of Assassins. Riddler, intelligent, but let's face it, nothing compared to anyone above him on this list. If you think so, you're ridiculous. The Super Skrull has the abilities of, the all four of the Fantastic Four. I can't remember who that is. Harley Quinn, very skilled and acrobatic and all that, but yet again, everyone else on this list above her can absolutely floor her, and all the heroes can as well. Like her, Batman casually beats her a lot of the time. Taskmaster, skilled fighter. His main ability is the fact that he can copy anyone's fighting style he sees. So, kind of is a decent matchup, but I think Batman and Captain America beat him, and he's really their biggest. Yeah, they're the only people he can go against other than Nightwing and the Youth. Loki, the god of mischief, Thor's brother, of course he's being on this list. So if we're looking at the top of this list then, Darkseid, Thanos, Doomsday, Galactus, Doctor Doom, Reverse Flash, Surtur, Annihilator, and Ares. I believe they all have the ability to slaughter the whole planet. If there were no heroes, I think these are I think these are the people who can give the League, the Justice League, or the Avengers, or any team currently assembled a run for the money by themselves. If at full power. I think Doomsday, he will absolutely floor through most of the Avengers and struggle with, the only ones who could stand a chance are Hulk and Thor. But, because he's gone through the Justice League, who are even more powerful than the Avengers. I'm not saying they're more skilled, but they have often more powerful members. And if they do kill him, he'll just come back. Darkseid and Thanos are essentially, doppelgangers. Darkseid, I'd say, is more powerful overall, but Thanos is the Infinity Stone. They constantly, make their team struggle, so having those two in the team is insane. Galactus has the Fantastic Four and X-Men and all the heroes pretty much gang up because he can eat planets. Doctor Doom has taken powers of people, with essentially godlike beings. Of course he can. Reverse Flash, if he didn't want to play games with them, he can run at super speeds and kill everyone instantly, or most people instantly. Surtur's destroyed Asgard, where the likes of Odin and Thor live. Annihilator is essentially like Thanos and Darkseid. Ares is the god of war. Now we go Carnage. I've already explained why Carnage is here. So we go from Abomination is essentially the Hulk, but said to be stronger and all that, but he always seems to lose. Venom is a stronger version of Spider-Man. He's got a bit of a healing factor. He can get behind Spider-Man. Spider-Sense is very strong. I'd say he's stronger than Carnage, but it doesn't have all the abilities of Carnage. Sinestro is an evil version of Green Lantern and is very versatile. Khan is a futuristic, someone from the future with so much technology that he essentially, beats the Avengers just based of that. Magneto can control anything made out of metal, so that instantly makes most of the heroes' gadgets out of commission. Green Goblin is very, very rich, intelligent, insane, a lot of gadgets, strong and durable too, and Loki's the god of mischief. That's all that explained, and I explained to everyone below that already. So yeah, that's the tier list. I know it's very long and kind of tedious, but it's only here to set up next week's video. If you don't agree with any placement, please let me know in the comment section below and where you would put them, and I'd go over how it would work, similar to I did the Heroes ones a few weeks ago. Next week. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out last week's video for a music video on Lucifer, Hard to Love. Not the typical song you'd associate with Lucifer, but I think it suits him really well. And yeah, next week we're going to explain how this tier list works. And then I'm not sure, but I'm definitely taking a break from these two videos, like this type of video like I did before. And then I'll explain how the fight would work, etc., and how they would work in different scenarios. But yeah, thank you very much.